Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to... Oh, and then I lost it. There. Is it good? I can hear myself now. Now I can't. Oh, now I can.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's a little bit choppy. Anyways, back to the Innisfail Twin Arena for your 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon matchup between Red Deer Rampage and the Innisfail Mavericks. I'm Dawson Mailer. I'll be your commentator for today. I'll be flying solo, as I guess I'm the only guy to show up today. Some interest. Can you hear it?
Mute on. Mute off.
I am the only guy to show up today. Alrighty, here's your Mountain View Mavericks as they make the floor here. An exciting group of guys there as they face off against Red Deer Rampage. That's a rival in the Central Division. And looks to be a good matchup today for your Sunday entertainment. We're just getting set here for Old Canada, and then we'll be on to game time.
Mute on. Mute off.
There's a spare clipboard anywhere. Game time it is indeed. We got Alex Swan between the pipes for the Mavericks, and it looks to be Colin Heisler for the Rampage, number 31 there. He steps between the pipes. Some interesting facts there. I believe number 4, Riley Dowswell, leads all league in goals. So he'll be a key point to lock down tonight on the defensive side, as well as Mavericks come off of a 11-8 loss against the Silvertips last night there in Crossfield, Alberta. Everett Moratori in the draw circle with Justin St. Germain, Brendan Harnack, Jay Stalinsky, Drake May, and Ethan Hildebrand get the starting line positions. 2-ref system tonight, so I think it's going to be a little bit looser of a game. Normally there's three refs, but 2 will do the job. I'm sure I'll make a few calls from up here, but they'll be perfect, I guess. I will be saying Alexander a lot, as Rampage do have 3 affiliate players with the last name Alexander. Brothers, cousins, however, I'll try to say the first name just so if you're watching, that way you know who's who. Little ball problem in the center dot there, can't get it to stay still. Moratori flicks that loose ball out. Mavericks grab it, that's Brendan Harnack. He dishes over to Jace Dolinski. Dolinski gets cross line, waits for reinforcements. He's waiting for some offensive help, dishes off there. Mavs look to set up to pull out, dish back to Dolinski. Dolinski over to Gardner. Gardner makes a little shifty move, looks to shoot, passes off, finds Sutherland. Sutherland fakes, goes offside there. He makes his way around the key. He's still got the ball. Dishes out front. Nobody found with that pass, but Moratori picks it up. 3 seconds to shoot. He lets one fly. Catches a piece. Colin tested early on. I think it was called Rampage ball, but close one. Here's the Rampage as they make their way down the floor. Good defensive there by the Mavericks as they pick up a loose ball. I don't know who turned that over. Big hit in the center there. That's Jordy Benko falling over. Big hit along the boards. That's Lodemeyer, but he gets a penalty here. Hildebrand was off to the races. Tripping call, Lodemeyer. I thought that was just a big collision. And there's that 2-ref system. So the Rampage will strike first on the power play, or get first chance to strike, I should say. Alrighty, here's the Rampage. Antonishin. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that guy's name. Loose ball corralled there by, looks to be not Harnack, Kai Klass as he makes his way down the floor. Dishes off to Harnack. Harnack gets a shot off. Colin Wiesner with the save. Harnack through the crease, though. You cannot go through the crease and grab the ball. Rampage ball. Good transition look there by the Mavericks early on in that penalty kill. Doswell, Sola, Antonishin, and McRobbie are your power play for the Rampage. McRobbie gets a shot off, corrals that loose ball, dishes back up top, back down low, finds the crease guy in Parker Sola. Parker Sola gets a shot off. Swan looks big and makes a save. Little loose ball behind Swan. I thought he would corral that, but doesn't get a chance at it. Rampage back up top. One change. Here's Doswell. Doswell finds a cutting guy, McRobbie, and he takes a shot, and that's a save by Swan. Loose ball in front. Big loose ball battle. Who's going to find it? And that's Rampage back. That's 3 loose balls now for the Rampage. Here's Moratori. He's not letting him get any room. Wide shot low. Rampage corral that ball again. Here's Doswell. Doswell looks to step to shoot. Fakes it, dishes off. Another behind the back pass. Finds a shotter off a defenseman and hits Swan. Luckily, two lucky bounces there for the Mavericks. That neither players, I should say, had eyes on that. Picked off by Everett Moratori. He's off to the races. Fakes, goes outside, finds Seisner. Fakes Seisner, sorry, and stone cold so far is Colin. Here come the Rampage. This is St. Germain with the ball. Little 2-man game, dishes off. Back to even strength. Sola gets a chance in front, doesn't find anything. Swan looking downfield for May. Just a little bit off the mark. There come the Rampage in transition. High hit there. And a little bit of extra shoves going on. I think the Mavs are headed back to the penalty kill, as that's a good effort by Tavian Pike, drawing the call and going the extra effort into the Mavericks offensive zone. That's Kai Klaas, the guilty party. Rampage 0 for 1 on the power play. Multiple good looks. Let's see what they can do this time. Goalie timeout or Rampage timeout, who knows? I didn't get to see the call, unfortunately. Little goalie test here. I don't know what they're trying to evaluate here on Swan. Maybe his jersey's too big. Yeah, his jersey's too big. Looks like Alex Swan will have to make an equipment change, jersey change. The backup will step in net. That's Brady Evanson. What a time to call that as the Rampage head onto the power play. Key defender Swan. 2 minutes for illegal equipment. That is the Red Deer ball though right there, nitpicking. I remember we played, forget his name, tall fella. He always flared his gear out. Nobody had a problem with it, but I guess Rampage need every inch they can get here. So take the illegal goalie equipment call, and we get Brady Evanston in net. Evanson. I know if I was on the bench, I would have a few extra words to the ref, but that's just my opinion. Number 37, 2 minutes illegal equipment, and the crowd lets you have it on their opinion. They don't like it. I don't like it. Nonetheless, power play chance for the Rampage. Here's Doswell. Across to Antonishin. Back to Doswell. Downloaded Jermaine. Jermaine dishes across. Cross crease to McRobbie. Edison to save. Loose ball picked up by Dolinsky. He gets loose. He's going down the field. Finds his way over half and looks to reg out some clock. Dolinsky still has the ball as he's making his way around the net. Light pressure's on. Oh, 3 guys on him now. Dishes out front, tries to find somebody. That's touched by Rampage. They didn't find it in time. Benko doesn't realize it. Alrighty, here come back to Rampage. St. Germain. A little mix up there with Benko, but it's all good. Germain takes it low. Creeps all the way in. I don't know why nobody's gone there. Big save by Evanson. Back dishes across through the crease. Can't go through the crease. That's twice now. Benko breaks loose. Finds his way going up floor. He's got Brady Sinclair to help. Benko makes it past his defender. Drags off some time. 47 seconds left on this penalty kill. 3 guys on him now. That's how you do it. Gets to the front. Loose ball now. Good pressure by the Rampage to get that ball back. 36 seconds left. One last chance on the power play. Dowswell has it. He slows up. Top of the house. Looks to pass. Here's Anthony Shishin. Dishes low. Back across crease to McRobbie. McRobbie shoots. Scores. And the power play strikes. That's McRobbie from Antonishan and St. Germain. A little bit of some bad luck there on the penalty trouble, but all is good. A lot of game left here for the Mavericks. Looks to be Jace Victoria in that dot. St. Germain wins it back to his accompanied face-off guys. Dishes off, here's Doswell. 8 seconds left in the power play. Doswell looks across, shot on, Swan the save. Falls behind him, but he gets it out. Here comes the Mavericks. Loose ball in transition, they're not connecting on the pass there, but it's over half. Jace Victoria, big push. Rampage recovered the ball again. Here's Doswell. Comes up over top, some two-man there. Dishes off to the lefty side. Here's Antonishan. Swings across to Germain. Germain comes back across. He finds the middle of the floor. Shot on. Looks to be a Maverick penalty again. Must be those new gray jerseys. The ref can only see those. 2 minutes hold on Drake May. I did agree with the call, though. I won't argue it, but a little soft. Rampage 1 for 2 on the power play. Here's Doswell back to Antonishan. Lacrosse. Parker Sola, he breaks loose. Over to Doswell. Doswell rips a shot. Blocked. Little inside look there for the Rampage, but it doesn't hit the mark. Here's Jace Dolinsky. He's going to transition out of his own zone. Looks for a pass, dishes off right in the mask of somebody. Didn't see it, but I would doubt that he didn't see it rolling right off the face. Here's Doswell. Doswell brings it back. Looks in, dishes off, up top, down low, back up top. Back over to Doswell, back to Antonishan. He looks to shoot, pass down to Germain. Germain across to McRobbie, and that shot had eyes, but just wide. Here's Doswell, 6 seconds to shoot. Fakes, goes over the top, finds a shot on net. Hits Swan. Dolinsky recovers, looks upfield. There's Moratori. Moratori's got help off the bench. Moratori going all the way, fakes in. Colin Heischer with the second stop on Moratori tonight. He's been flawless so far. 48 seconds left in this power play for the Rampage as they got to get across the floor here. And they don't make the 8 seconds. Easy passes to make, but didn't make them. Here's Harnack. Harnack pulls out. Gonna reg off some time here. 38 seconds left to go. Here's Kai Klaas by the looks of it. Klaas over to Gardner. Gardner across to Bowman. Bowman looks to make a few nifty moves inside. Still looking to reg some clock. 12 seconds to shoot. Bowman once again pressured. 6 seconds. Breaks loose. Needs the shot. I think he's just going to throw it away. That's blocked on by the Rampage player. Way to use the full 30 seconds. 9 seconds left in this power play. It doesn't look like they'll get another opportunity before May comes back on the floor. Here's Doswell. Doswell dishes low. Little inside pass to Doswell. He catches it but doesn't find a shot. He's getting double teamed, pinned up against the boards there. Good pressure by the Mavericks defense. Doswell still has it. Flips it out front to McRobbie. Somehow gets the pass. McRobbie's shot saved on by Swan. Good effort there from those two guys. Here comes Hildebrand. Hildebrand, he'll dish off to Dolinsky. Dolinsky's got to get across the floor in time. He does. He's a quick guy if he gets moving. Dolinsky with a shimmy shake. Oh my, finds some room. Dishes off to Sutherland. Sutherland dishes across. Here's Gardner. Gardner fakes a shot. Doesn't find it. Here's St. Clair. St. Clair across to Sutherland. Sutherland a shot on save. Good high shot there by Sutherland. Loose ball. Mavericks corral. Jace Dolinsky back out front for St. Clair. St. Clair doesn't find it. Here's Gardner. He's got to pick up the loose ball. Rampage send two guys. They get it. And here's St. Clair on the press. 2 guys on. Good pressure by Gardner and Sinclair. Way to get the ball up. Is that... Oh, I almost just said Riley Lodemeyer, but that's the wrong team. Seth Scott, he gets the ball across for the Rampage. Here's Doswell cutting across. Glove saved by Swan. That one had some eyes on it. Here's May. May Krause gets it in transition. Dishes up to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt's going to hold off here. He's going to find some troops. Here's Victoria. Victoria, Banco, and Taz. Gooderzimmer come on the floor. Victoria loads up, fakes, finds the middle. Toe drag's out of trouble, but finds a little bit. Loose ball, goose to Benko. Benko looks for a pass, doesn't have one. I think he's going to shoot just wide. 5 seconds to go. Here's Harnack. Harnack gets the shot off in time and now goes to press. Good outlet pass there by Heischer. Heischer gets it across. McRobbie can't handle the pass across the floor. Here comes the Mavericks. Here's Lodemeyer. He gets across. Little pressure. Oh, gets stripped there by St. Germain. He wasn't careful with his stick. Good pressure there by the Rampage. Here comes Lodemeyer though. Lodemeyer and Sinclair, 2-man. They get the ball loose. That's Kai Klaas picks it up. Good effort there by the Mavericks on defense. Kai Klaas steps out, rips it, and scores. Kai Klaas, perfect. I knew it was him. He scores. That's a solo goal from him, unassisted. But the hustle assist from Lodemeyer and Sinclair. Finally, somebody finds one past Colin. Moratori and St. Germain find the face-off dot once again. Loose ball in the middle. Moratori gets a handle on it but doesn't find it. There he goes, gets it. Gets to the offensive side. He's spectacular in any form you put him in. Dishes that ball over to Dolinsky. Dolinsky's looking for somebody. Dishes it low to Benko. Benko, Gardner, Dolinsky, Bowman. Benko gets inside, gets a shot off. I think that one missed the net. Here come the Rampage in transition. Cole, he dishes it off for Dowswell. We'll see a lot of offense come through number 4's stick here tonight. Big 2-man game. Push, moving pick by St. Germain. If that wasn't called, that was perfectly executed. Time. I think Swan here would like a drink of water. Harnack's bringing in the D group on the bench. He's going to put some wise words into them, slow it down. It's an easy game. Just make it simple on yourselves. Swan in a new jersey, though. He's got that Team Alberta jersey that we've seen so many times. Apology to the sponsor who's on the back of his jersey. Illegal equipment was called on him earlier if you're just tuning in. Poor guy had to change the jersey. Fun fact for you though, Colin Heischer, the attendee for the Rampage, used to play out of the Mountain View organization with the Tier 2 team as well as the Tier 1 team. So some friendly guys on the other side there. Good to see him make it up into Tier 1 and find a starting role. He's been oh so perfect besides one high-class shot so far. Here's Gardner. High pace coming in, a lot of guys yelling. Here's Sinclair across. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland one-on-one. Comes to the middle. Looks to shoot, doesn't get it off. Looks to shoot again, doesn't find it and draws a penalty. I think he's a little mad about the shot, but he doesn't realize he draws a 2-minute slash. Good job, Sutherland. Number 3, Tavian Pike, guilty party, 2 minutes slash. Mavericks first time on the power play. Was wondering when a couple calls would come back in our favor. Here's number 1. Power play 1, Sutherland, Dolinsky, Bowman, Sinclair, and Victoria. Here's Sinclair. Sinclair finds Jace Dolinsky on the opposite side. He goes behind the net. Looking up top, can't find Sutherland, looks across, now finds Sutherland. Sutherland a shot, and that one looked to be slow motion from up here, but that's called placement. So that is a placement shot there. That is Sutherland from Dolinsky and Sinclair. That is 1 for 1 on the power play. Good shot, good execution. 31, 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in this first period. Shots 7 to 10. Your Mavericks are losing in that shot battle. Here's Kai Klaas. He finds that loose ball on the face-off scrum. Finds Dolinsky up top. Dolinsky's looking for a pass, dishes it low. Here's Moratori. Moratori gets the inside step, dives across. Heishner with a save. That's 3 on Moratori tonight. Good recovery by Klaas. Klaas and Bowman on that left side. Or sorry, Benko. Benko gets the shot off. Outlet pass here. Looks high, doesn't touch the roof. Penalty coming to the Mavericks, so. And here's Bowman. He picks up the ball, and I think nope, Kai Klaas, the guilty party. Little difference of opinion on who assisted that goal, but I think I have my stats correct anyways. Some 5-on-4 Rampage power play, 1 for 3 so far. Here's the fourth one. Antonishin down to Dowswell. Dowswell fakes back over to Antonishin. Back across, I think that's Robbie. Back to Antonishin. Robbie down low. Finds Sola. Sola up top to Robbie. Robbie with a flip pass to Antonishin. It can't be handled. Jace Dolinsky to the race. He's a quick little guy. He finds that loose ball and doesn't get a shot. He just pulls out. Looks to reg some clock. Got some offensive guys in the D zone. He needs to reg out some full 30 seconds here. Here's May. Taking some time. 17 to go. Little move. Shimmy shake. Shot on. Easy save. Breaking guy on transition here is Tavian Pike. Pass is just short, finds Swan. Swan back the other way. He'll say, I'll show you how to do this. Right on the mark to Dolinsky. Dolinsky gets back over top. Dolinsky settles in. A minute and 7 to go on the power play. Here's Moratori, or penalty kill, sorry. Gardner. Gardner shimmy shakes. Slows it back down. Looking for a pass, 7 seconds to shoot. Might get a shot off behind the back towards the net, nowhere near the mark. Dolinsky picks it back up. He gets a shot off though, just off the mark. A little too relaxed there by the Rampage. They give up an extra shot. Here's Dowswell. He shimmy shakes across the line, waits for reinforcement. Fake ball trick here. Dowser still has it, dishes it off to Antonishin. I think Swan knows where it's at now. McRobbie back over to Antonishin. Back across to Dowswell. Some trick play there. That's Dolinsky jumping up top. Dowswell steps across, gets a pass off. That's Parker Solo going up top, just wide. St. Germain down low. Shot on, saved by Swan. Reset, here's helmet, helmet. They're calling him, yeah. Equipment is called every time now. Dowswell has to come back in. Here's Antonishin over to McRobbie. McRobbie back to Antonishin. Little behind the back pass. That had eyes. Swan's hand got the save. He didn't know where it went. Here's Murray. Murray, loose ball as he tries to get it across. Jace Dolinsky finds it. And 8 seconds is called. Good effort. Even Steven, shots 10 to 12, 5 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Here's St. Germain down to Dowswell. Dowswell, Simi Shakes, comes up to the top, looks to pass. Gives it to McRobbie. McRobbie, a little hesitation, gets it back to Dowswell. Dowswell toes drags. Shot on and scores! Dowswell gets a sidearm to go. He just might be leading this league. He has some kind words for the Mavericks bench as he goes by. That's Dowswell, McRobbie, and Germain with the assist. Justin St. Germain. Germain brothers on this team, I believe. Yep, Josh and Justin. Justin the second assist there, in case anybody's wondering. Loose ball. Rampage pick it up. It's been a 50-50 in that dot. Here's Drake May. Drake May putting the pressure on. Rampage come around the net here looking to dish it off. Get the offensive set. Here's Dowswell. Your most recent goal scorer for the game. He finds himself on the half board. Steps, gets under, pulls out, dishes cross crease to McRobbie. McRobbie can't find a handle. Neither can Ethan Hildebrand. But good pressure there as McRobbie picks it up. Hildebrand presses him on, 2 seconds to shoot. Great Mavericks defense. That's Hildebrand. guiding McRobbie towards the boards. Here's May. May dishes off to Sinclair. Sinclair on the half board. Gets a pick, comes over top. Doesn't find a pass. Passes across to Sutherland. Sutherland another shot on. That one was high on Colin, but had some eyes. Breaking in transition as a Rampage. Errant pass. Sutherland picks it up and then loses it. Needs Sinclair to help him out on that one. And the Rampage dish it loose. Here's Swan. Back up to Victoria. Good interception by Sutherland. Here's Bosworth. Comes across. I'm going to learn to pronounce that in a second. Breaks loose. Here's Sutherland. Sutherland fake shot. Oh my, is he just trying to place him on Colin? That's another top corner look. Pick set. Here comes the Rampage in transition. That's Tate Graham. He goes the length of the floor. And some as he goes behind the net. Looks for some offensive help, but he's getting double teamed. Breaks loose. One hand dish off the mark to McRobbie. 6 seconds to shoot. Kind of a waste of a possession here. Here's Antonishin, dishes across. Here's Doswell. Fakes low, goes high, and shot saved on by Swan. I'm not gonna lie, he got me with the head fake up here. I thought he was going low. Here's Benko. Benko comes across, finds Sinclair. Sinclair, here's my help in the booth. Dishes across to Gooder Zimmer. Gooder Zimmer down to Sinclair. Sinclair pops out, gets a shot low, bouncer, not wide. Here's Bowman. Bowman comes across. Dishes across to Benko. Benko gets a shot on, gets rocked, pays the price for it, and it goes wide. Ball crosses back over half. Bosworth. Yeah, it was pretty on. There's Jermaine. Jermaine comes down low. Has some help, gets a pick, comes across, looks to dish off, finds McRobbie. McRobbie's pass is intercepted. Not grabbed though, is loose ball. McRobbie back with it. Loose ball, Murray over top of McRobbie. Loose ball push, white ball. There we go, now I can hear myself. Little technical issues up here. Missed a few important part of this first period. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. McRobbie, he's with the ball at St. Germain, dishes down low to Doswell on the half board. Doswell steps over top, looks for the pass, dishes off to McRobbie. McRobbie open shot. That had eyes, but Swan catches a piece. Here's Kai Klaas. Kai Klaas in transition. Looking for some help, pulls back out. Looks for Gardner. Little pressure off the line there. Gardner back to Kai Klaas. St. Clair, 4 lefties out there. Kai Klaas dishes over to Sutherland. Sutherland, the ISO, gets a shot on again high. That's Colin Heishner with the save once again. St. Clair with the pressure in the O-zone. Picked off by Victoria. That's the second pick. Hayden Sutherland blows up a guy at center. Little defensive back, as you would call that in football. Thought the pass was coming and locked him down. 2 minutes interference. 5th power play for the Rampages there. 1 for 4 so far. Oh, my apologies. 2 for 4. Really nice. 2-2 ball game so far. 1 minute and 27 seconds until we get our first break here. Shots 13-15. Mavericks are losing that one. Here's Antonishin down to Doswell. Doswell fakes back up to Antonishin. Antonishin behind the back finds McRobbie. McRobbie looks, doesn't shoot past to Antonishin. Here's Doswell. Doswell down to St. Germain. St. Germain looks across to McRobbie. He gets a handle. Shot on to Swan. Doesn't know where it's at. Here's Kai Klaas. Couldn't corral the loose ball through the crease again. That's the 3rd time. Mavericks ball. Free transition opportunity. Here's Benko, the young one. Looks to find a triple team there. Swim move, loose ball. St. Germain picks it up, dishes across. He finds Tavian Pike in transition. Pike pulls out, looks for help. Finds Doswell. Doswell He's gonna hold on, wait for troops. 51 seconds left to go, a minute and a half on the power play for the Rampage. Looks, finds the low side, shimmies back up, looks for a pass. And that's Josh St. Germain, I believe. Errant pass off the glass to McRobbie. Loose ball in front, Benko corrals it but has his stick in held. He still has it, he's going. Looks to rag the last 30 seconds left. Looks for some help, dishes off, finds Dolinsky. Dolinsky slows it down. Dishes down low to Moratori. Moratori, he goes around the net. Looking to find some wiggle room. Gets a pick from Bowman. Finds himself up top, looks for the pass in the crease, doesn't get it. Bowman, 5 seconds to shoot. Loose ball. Here's Dolinsky, just steps over top. No over and back there, good effort by Victoria. 4 seconds to go, here comes Josh St. Germain, no timeout called. Here's Doswell, he rips it on. And Swan, easy save at the top of the crease. That's your first period on the Sunday afternoon match, 2-2. Dead even, 34 seconds left to kill. Shots, 17 for the Rampage, 13 for your Mavericks. I'll be back with more help in the second period.
Mute on.
to my mouth. I remember how to do this. I haven't done this in a long time.
I didn't get to see the second assist, but St. Germain finds second assist of the night.
St. Germain, a very, very talented offensive player, and of course more offense getting started. And like you see, it is going to be Sola who picks up the goal on that one.
Oh, no, number 6, Antonishin.
Oh, it was Antonishin who put that one in the back of the net. There we go. So Antonishin does get credit for it. It was a good, nifty bit of offense here to start out for take the 3-2. And they've got possession now as they pick up a scramble off the faceoff. Good recovery here. I believe that's Sinclair who picks up the loose ball. Now the Mavericks get their first chance on offense of the second. Going to work here. Benko. Bank pass, cross floor, intended for Sutherland, who's in a real battle now with his man to try to take it out. Can't find that. The Mavericks instead pull it away on offense. There's Moratori looking to feather one through some traffic, but that one unable to go. Back the other way, it will be Sola taking it the length. Right into the right-hand corner. Gets a shove there from Lodemeyer. Again gets pushed up against the wall, but just wraps around the perimeter. Good work here by Sola. Lodemeyer sticking with him here. Some good endurance on this shift. And eventually Sola is dark now. Some good offense getting started here from Riley Doswell. And Doswell eventually will run out of time, so the Mavericks able to contain the Rampage on that instance and pick up possession. Away they come. Mavericks into the offensive end. Setting up now Jace Victoria. Dishes off. Victoria back with it now. Victoria fires, and that is a nifty save made. Looking for it in his equipment there was the goaltender. That is Colin Heisler. Back away Red Deer. Start things out, Dawson.
It's been both ways, back and forth, and some good offensive chances on each side.
Now Red Deer in the offensive zone, letting fly. One over the top from Doswell, handled by Swan. Last broadcast, or pardon me, 2 broadcasts ago, I should say, Dawson, we saw a rare pull from Alex Swan here. Eastwood made his way in, and that's a great, nifty shot on, and a better save made by the goaltender in that instance. And then on the outlet pass by Heisler, unable to find his teammate down the floor, and Wyatt Avery. Back the other way.
Brady Evanston has 3 saves already tonight as well with that Swan penalty.
Absolutely, yeah, you would, of course. Good to see both goaltenders getting involved, though you'd like to see more Swan. Here comes our shot on, and a great goal. And who else but Jay Stalinsky?
Stalinsky gets back on the board. That's St. Clair dishing that ball up top to him. He finds his first tonight, I believe. And that's an even strength goal for the Mavericks. Good to see a 5-on-5 goal for them.
Beauty of a goal. Finds the back of the net there from Jay Stalinsky, whose offense has been absolutely terrific in this 2025 campaign. He's been a real heartbeat for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see him back from school. He brightens this offense and defense side up quite pleasantly.
Zielinski ties this ball game up at 3, and we've got a foul right off that face-off. Mavs possession. Away is Riley Benko. Benko, right-hand side. A little bit of room here. Victoria works his way in. Nice save made by Heisler. Back to the way, Red Deer with numbers. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Sloppy pass made. That ends up in the right-hand corner. A little bit of a break there, but Kale Locke unable to make the play.
Yeah, great hustle by Sutherland as he got all the way back in time.
Riley Benko takes quite the ball. Page players now around him, but able to free the ball out. Now some teammates coming to his aid, but Red Deer able to get to it first. Here's Pike on possession. Pike, the transition player, awaits some troops to get off. Down into the left-hand corner, Riley Doswell. Doswell carries out. Doswell dishes out left-hand side now, bumped by, I believe that was Jordy Benko is going to draw a call here. What's going on here, Dawson?
I think that was Hildebrandt and just a loose ball push.
I beg your pardon, that was Ethan Hildebrandt with the push there. So a new shot clock here for Red Deer, who let fly from distance, and Swan didn't quite see that one, but Red Deer onto the rebound after that's off the end wall. Now a dish out front. Again a shot on, and this time Swan does see it, and he keeps it out. St. Germain with a great opportunity. Back the other way, the Mavericks set up in the offensive zone. This is Brendan Harnick going towards the crease area. Takes a step in there, and that is going to draw the whistle.
Through the crease area, that's the fourth call of that so far, so they got to learn that rule sometime.
Red Deer unable to get over half, and the Mavericks are going to pick up the ball right away.
8-second violation once again.
Now setting up the Mavericks in the offensive zone. They wait the rest of the offense to get out there. Now Victoria will be the last of the troops to get out. Offense continues here. Fired one on. A good shot over the top from Devin Gardner. Now back the other way. A break for Red Deer. Odd man rush here. It's Johnston who gets caught up and tangled. Good defensive recovery.
I believe that's an Alexander triplet.
There you go. One of the Alexanders. 1 of 3. Hard to get them mixed up there. Now and corner. Referee signaling Red Deer. Red Deer now picks up the ball in the offensive zone. They'll get started with it. Left-hand side now to the right. A little bit of a shimmy shake move by Antonashin. Now back to the middle. Odd dishes off and a big hit taken right in the middle. St. Germain gets rocked. Big collision right at the goal mouth. Now they've got possession. Mavericks into the offensive end. Left-hand side, working their way out. Nice move here, Moratori.
Tory with an excellent effort. Ref missed the call there as that's St. Germain chopping at some kneecaps. Moratori makes him pay as he cuts through and finds the back of the net.
Everett Moratori, what a beautiful move by the young sniper. Puts it in the back of the net. The Mavericks, they take the lead. Great goal there for Everett Moratori. And the Mavericks have the lead on their division opponent. Off the faceoff, Moratori pushes it forward. Mavericks have the ball once again, but pushed up against the wall. Ball comes free, and now it's in the Red Deer possession. Shuffled forward, sloppy play there. It's picked up here by Harnick. Harnick then pushed up against the boards. Look at that, swims away from 3 different Rampage players. Now into the offensive zone. Harnick laboring, but he's still carrying the ball. Gets the cradle set up. Nice. Go is denied. Into the corner it comes. This is Sinclair. Up top is May. Sutherland joined the player once again. Delayed call coming up. This is Sutherland off the end wall. Extra attacker out there now. Mavericks have 13 seconds on the shot clock. It's Jace Victoria, the extra man over. He's got the ball now. Let's fly. Nice save by Hiesler. Again, new shot clock here, and the extra man stays out there with Jace Victoria in possession. Left-hand side. Now it's Sutherland off the bar. And here by Jace Victoria. Victoria holds on to it. Now to Sutherland. Over to Sinclair. Right-hand side. This is now to the left for Drake May. And eventually it's going to come to the Rampage who touch up. And it's going to get called. What'll it be, Dawson?
I believe it's roughing, but it was just a cross check to a guy on the floor. So I believe that goes to roughing.
How about that play for the Mavericks, though, with the extra man? That's got to have the Rampage thinking what's coming here on the power play.
Absolutely. 2 minutes cross check was the exact call. But yeah, what a great effort. 6 on 5. You don't see too many of those. I think that was just about a minute.
Yeah.
Minute of possession.
At least 2 different shot clocks, that's for sure. And now again with a fresh 2-minute power play, it's the Mavericks into the offensive zone. This is their second power play of the afternoon. They were successful on their first, according to Dawson, of course. And here they come out of the offensive zone. Dolinsky sets up Sutherland, who flies, and that's a good save by Hiesler. Holds on to the rebound as well in transition. Red Deer the other way. A 2-on-1 could develop here, but they slow things down. And now carrying it in is Wyatt Avery. Avery takes a bump there from Dolinsky, who frees up the ball just briefly. A laboring Mavericks player out there. Looks like Sutherland's a little shaken up, but nice. Wyatt Avery. The Rampage tying it up at 4, a shorthanded tally.
Yeah, that's one you don't want to see. That's a great effort by Wyatt Avery. Nice little nifty toe drag. Spin moves out of pressure. Sutherland did leave the pressure as he got injured, but still, nonetheless, I'm not going to take away from the toe drag. Far side finish by him.
Beauty individual finish, no doubt about that, but one the Mavericks will likely want back in the long run. Short-handed goal ties this game up at 4, and we're even. It's 21 shot clock as well. Still about 1 minute and 20 seconds of power play time here for the Mavericks to work with. See if they can answer back. Picked up here in possession, Blair Bosomworth. Bosomworth takes a couple of whacks here from McRobbie. Eventually, ball here. Good recovery by Brendan Johnson to free things up. Johnson almost got over half before he took a massive tilt, and now the ball is skipping all over the floor, waiting for someone to grab it. It'll be the Mavericks who get there first, and they will have a delayed call coming up as well. So with 45 minutes, or pardon me, seconds of power play remaining, they are going to get another one to boot. Let's see if the Rampage can get a quick touch. Maybe we'll have a two-man advantage, but for now, the Mavericks want to take advantage of this shot clock. Working their way out the perimeter. It's Delinsky. Dishes off. Baumung will let fly, and that's a big, heavy shot right onto the goaltender. And Hisler makes no mistake. Here's the call.
2 minutes slashing as that's Jermaine coming past after a loose ball push. Adds an extra one on for Gardner and call. How about you, but in hockey, you kind of want to give that to the defense, wouldn't you? So you have a 5-on-3.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking. That was my thought process there. You can understand wanting to use that shot clock out, but also wanted to get the extra man out as well. But here, nonetheless, it'll be a brief 5-on-3 here for about 20 seconds as the Mavericks get set up in the offensive zone with Jace Delinsky. Nice over-the-shoulder play. Backdoor feed. It's Sinclair to Jace Victoria. Victoria now backdoor back to Sinclair, and he scores.
Effort there by Sinclair. I think that was 1, 2, 3 fakes, put it in the net. I think he had him on the first one. I'm not going to lie. I think I've seen it on the first one, but yeah, great power. Quick dish down low to Bowman. Bowman across to Sinclair. That's just too hard to get across, back and forth for Heisner. And that's the second power play that's coming.
Second power play goal. First at 5-on-3, and you're right, that was some great ball movement in the offensive zone. Slick, fast, and right on the money. Now into the offensive zone. Here comes Jace Delinsky. Delinsky takes a spin. Nice little bit of room for him to work with now as Delinsky kicks it into the corner. Comes back out for Bosomworth. Now with Victoria. Jace Victoria goes behind the net now for Delinsky. Delinsky works his way out front all alone. Had a lot of room to work with and is denied point blank. Now Hisler does a good job, the Red Deer goaltender, of getting possession back as well. Dish out to half. Battle for it now into the offensive zone. A little bit of a spin move here from Wyatt Avery, looking to set up his man. Streaking into the zone was Doswell. He has to run after it, but the Mavericks are going to get there first. Here come the Mavs in the offensive zone. Steal. Ethan Hildebrand gets set up. Now it's with Jace Victoria. He'll leave it here for Delinsky. Delinsky now for Victoria. Back to Delinsky. Nice move by Delinsky. Behind the net, getting set up now. Mavericks looking for something offensively. Victoria lets fly, and Heisler had to fend that one off with the pads. Back the other way. Looking to get out of their own zone. Kale Opp. Right-hand side. Takes a shove there. Delinsky working the defense. Baumung out to help him as well. But still working the outside here is Opp. Power play about to come to a conclusion here. Of course, the Mavericks scored on the 5-on-3, unable to convert on the second half of that 5-on-3. And we'll be back to even strength here as Opp just runs out of time in the offensive zone. Mavs thought that was a late shot.
Yeah, I don't know why Swan wasn't set net there, but lucky on that one.
Well, it's a 5-4 ball game here as we get things set up. I believe we've got a whistle just over half. Not sure why, but
2-minute tech from Bowman. I don't know how you get a tech when somebody shoots in your net after the whistle.
Yeah, that's a curious one, actually.
2-ref system. I forgot to mention that to you today. Hasn't been perfect, but I'm not one to judge.
Well, shorthanded today are the Zebras, so we feel for them as well, as it's another power play coming up here for the Rampage. This will be their 5th of the ball game. They do have 2 on the power play already. 6th as Dawson. Now getting set up, backdoor feed, and that's Parker Sola. Real estate looked like. That one goes straight out of bounds, so it'll be a Mavs ball. And the Mavericks take it over half. Left-hand side, Reagan this ball. Good crowd on hand in Newsville for this one on a Sunday afternoon. Minor lacrosse games taking place at the intermissions. Mavericks do a great job, of course, for the game day experience, and now getting hauled down in the offensive zone. Call coming up as Devin Gardner worked through some traffic. Gets the offense started, and that's a great goal from Jordy Benko, and Gardner got that all going.
Yeah, what an individual effort by Gardner. He gets tripped, spun around, still has the ball, dishes across to Jordy Benko, and little Benko gets one for the boys.
Yep. Let's fly, does Jordy Benko. Great finish on a fantastic individual. Gardner was all. Are they still getting the call? How does that work? It looks like we're getting a tripping call, getting assessed either way.
I wouldn't believe that would still be a call. I think they're going to pull him back out, but I will note that Bosworth got this. I forgot to mention that, but I don't know how that works. They still got the call, I guess.
Yeah, that's a curious one. It was a shorthanded goal, of course, for the Mavericks as well, so what a tally there for Jordy Benko. Great work from Devin Gardner as well. And it's 2 shorthanded goals, 1 apiece for both sides this afternoon. Ball hits the referee right off the draw, but it comes right back to the attacking player in St. Germain. Red Deer right onto the attack, looking for one quickly with Sola. Couldn't get that to settle down for him. Now a big hit in the Mavs end as Moratori loses it. Bumped off. Sola's got the ball. Moratori determined to get it back. Gets a couple of whacks in on his man. Now Sola sets up in the corner. Up top it comes. St. Germain. Germain's pass a little bit sloppy through the middle. Mavs can't find it. Red Deer will first, and Sola misses the target. Picked up right away and fired on by McRobbie. By Alex Swan. Big save from big Alex Swan. Now into the offensive zone. Looking to grind here is Kai Klaas. Left-hand side. Goes into a one-on-one battle. Klaas comes away with it. Now Sutherland fakes twice. Now behind the net. Gets set up. Sutherland looking for some real estate. Now looking to feather one in between. And now back the other way. An opportunity for Red Deer, but unable to get to that in time. But the Rampage will have possession here in the offense. How come that player couldn't go after? Was that a defensive player?
No, I think he just blew it down because they gave it's over and back.
Gotcha. Red Deer in possession now as they pick it up with Ryan Antonishin. He's got a goal. Started off the second period here. Picked up. Nice shot on. Big save by Alex Swan. That was Justin St. Germain who let fly. Red Deer will have another chance here in the offensive zone with a new shot clock. Play gets started with St. Germain once more. Out to the outside, right-hand side now. A little bit of back and forth play here. Perimeter, over-the-shoulder shot. Not much to deal with there for Swan, who makes the save. Picks up the rebound as well and gets the transition started. Back the other way. Here come the Mavericks with some speed. Riley Lodemeyer dishes out the left-hand corner. Offense getting set up now. To the outside. Bosworth finds Jace Delinsky. Delinsky now. Still with it to the right-hand side now. He's got Victoria, who runs out of time. Mavericks lose track of the shot clock on that possession. Back comes battle here to get over. Seth Scott carrying the nail here for Red Deer as they get things. As the offense comes over the boards and they'll get things set up. Red Deer now. Big shot comes on and a big save from Alex Swan as well. Comes into the left-hand corner where it's dug out and the Mavericks will have it first. And they come away with it now. Over half. Getting set up. Blair Bosworth. Worth now looking for an option. He's got one here in Delinsky. Delinsky now. Jace Delinsky holding. Had a shot, lost it, now kicks it to the left-hand side. Sutherland back out there. Big pass across for Benko, who just couldn't get the shot off in time. Mavericks run out of time, now back the other way. Here come the Rampage. They've got an odd man rush. Shot right on, and the ball is trickling, but kept out of the goal. Swan got enough of that one. Cohen Thompson with a rush. Back the other way, it's Harnick. Brendan Harnick is denied. Ball skipping all over the place. Sinclair now into the left-hand corner. About 5 minutes to go here in this second period. Getting set up here, the Mavericks in the offensive zone. Moratori. Cross feed intended for Sinclair is out of his reach. Comes up against the wall and eventually trickles to the goaltender and Heisler. Heisler passes through the middle, a dangerous one. Eventually is picked off here by the Mavericks into the offensive zone. Sinclair dishes to Moratori, who scores.
Good effort there on the transition, cutting off all looks there as that's an errant pass by Heisler. I believe that's Victoria picking it up, dishing it down low to Sinclair. Sinclair across the Moratori, and he gets his second one of the night.
That's a special offensive talent in Everett Moratori. Tight space to put that one home.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy is, wherever you put him, he's the best guy in that position.
He's going to be the one taking this face-off as well. Everett Moratori with 2 goals in this game. Draw, he wants a action here. Things have got to. The officials look things over. Looks good to go, and we'll have a face-off here to restart things as the Mavericks are up 7-4 in this ball game, taking a 3-goal lead. And the Mavs recover here off that face-off. Moratori all the way back to pick up the loose change, and he's got possession. Moratori, he's got 2. He'll dish off, though, as the offense gets set up with Jace Delinsky carrying it in. Delinsky now, left-hand side. Nice spin move. A little bit of room here. Takes a whack up high. No call. Mavs bench wanted it. They're not getting it. Now it's Delinsky. Still with it. Let's fly. A low skipper is handled by Heisler. Rebound right to the front of the goal mouth here. And some hard work here by Red Deer, but they do get over half. This ball trickles all the way to Alex Swan. Here for the Mountain View Mavericks. It's Hildebrand. Hildebrand now to the left-hand side. Delinsky. Delinsky now sets up for Sinclair. Sinclair, a little bit of room. Let's fly. Big save by Heisler. Heisler, not the most stout goaltender in terms of size, but he's battled today, Dawson.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's good at making you think you can see the net and then showing up in that position.
There's a break 3-on-2 the other way for Red Deer. Pass, and now the Mavericks looking to pick it up, but Red Deer's going to get to it first. Good recovery by Wyatt Avery. Will keep the hopes alive here for an offensive possession. Down 3 goals. The Rampage do need a bit of a spark. It was Avery's goal to kick off the second that gave the Rampage a 3-2 lead. And now Avery runs out of time in the offensive zone, so Mavs possession. Getting set up now in the offensive zone. In comes Gardner. Pardon. He'll peel off for a change. Jace Victoria takes over. Sutherland with a long distance shot. He rings iron. Out of seemingly nowhere. Now he's got it again. Bosworth. Sutherland is hurt badly, I think. He's got bumped up a couple of times now, Dawson. He's heading off.
Yeah, it appears to be his wrist as his glove came off as well. So must have caught a slash in there.
Meanwhile, Victoria's shot is off the end wall, and then Victoria's man to keep the possession alive early. But now the Rampage eventually pick it up. Shoving in the corner, right-hand side, down in our right next to us, I should say, and some real heated pushing and shoving matches, but I don't think anything's really going to come out of this in terms of, well, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Number 15 felt good enough to yell at the bench there. But still winning 7-4, if I do look. And that's each for roughing, so every guy can. But you're spending the next 2 minutes in the box.
Well, we'll see what that gets them, I suppose. 2-2. Pardon me, 2 minutes each, I should say. Some more deliberations out there. Not exactly sure what's happening here. Riley Lodemeyer.
Well, we have this break. Number 4 leads the league in goals for the Rampage. Just for a fun fact, I've mentioned it a few times, so.
Another fun fact, Hayden Sutherland became the all-time leading points getter for the Mountain View Mavericks yesterday as well. And that loss, like you say, to the Silvertips, but congratulations on the accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Here the Rampage in possession. They let one fly from distance. Getting just enough of that was Alex Swan to push that out. St. Germain with a great look. Back the other way. Here come the Rampage. Harnick sets up, or tries, who just had that one get away from him. Benko will have to watch that one slip away as the Rampage pick it up, and now they've got possession as they work their way out. Now it's the Rampage getting set up in the offensive zone. St. Germain. Right-hand side. Kicks it to the outside. Nice. Sola in, and this time looks like it took a step inside the crease. Back the other way. Here come the Mavericks into the offensive zone. We've got about 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Mavs get set up with Sinclair. 15 for Mountain. Sinclair dishes off. A little bit of room to work for Riley Benko. He lets fly. Big rebound out front. Chopped at. It's up. Nobody can find it. Eventually it's getting new shot clock. They'll be able to at least take half of the time off the board. Minute to go here in the second. This is Delinsky who lets fly, and that one is gobbled up. Easler has played fantastic so far in the second. Back the other way now. Cale off for Red Deer. Calls a timeout as Red Deer wants to head to the bench and draw things out.
Can't imagine what they're going to draw up here with 44 seconds left. You don't get the last possession. Even strength, I can't imagine. Too many dangerous things. Then again, the commentator curse could come into effect.
You never know, I guess. It's a 7-4 ball game. Trying to make it a 5-ball game before you head into the intermission. It's all about how things look, how you feel, of course, as well. But for the Mavericks, they played a pretty solid second period, I must say, Dawson. They've been all over it so far, and they're just goal lead.
Yeah, it didn't start off too good. Started off a little rocky. Going back down one, coming back, down one, coming back. So, yeah, it's been quite a turnaround in those last 10 minutes. Felt like it was a little bit sloped that way. Some penalty trouble there for the Red Deer team. So, all in all favor our way.
There has been a lot of special teams in this game so far. The Rampage with the most of the opportunities. They're 2 for 6 so far today. The Mavericks, the 3, they have a short-handed goal, yes, and a 5-on-3 goal as well. Here come the Rampage here. Post timeout. We'll see what they got to draw up. We got an injured player, St. Germain, right off the bat here is limbering. And a lost possession by Red Deer as well. I'm sure that was not in the cards. Here come the Mavericks in the offensive zone. Jordy Benko and Harnick, and that pass just got broken up at the last second. Back to even strength, full strength, I should say, on 5, and the Mavericks possession here in the offensive zone. And with 24 seconds on the clock, the Mavericks are going to take their timeout.
Now that's a time. You get the last possession.
That makes a little bit more sense from this vantage point. For the Mavericks, what do you want to see here, Dawson?
To be honest, I'm a little scared to pull Swan at the situation. But if you do end up pulling him, I want to see a guy disturb a little bit and maybe get some ball movement, maybe down low, and then find an open guy for a shot. But 24 seconds if you're going to pull the goalie. Don't shoot it with some time left for an empty netter.
I'd be curious to see what happens here with Swan in a 3-goal lead. Pretty risky move, you'd think, but who knows?
I've seen it turn worse. Like, I've seen it go the wrong way, and it allows Red Deer to come right back into this game.
I think that's exactly what the Mavericks are going to do, though. They're going to keep Swan on the bench. Interesting.
I don't argue it. God hates a coward is what they tell me. So
Well, that's fair enough. That's for sure. Opportunity here for a 4-goal lead. Can the Mavericks take advantage? Victoria. 20 on the scoreboard. Delinsky is going to wait things out. We're at 15. In 10 seconds, the Mavericks will get started, and they do. Here comes Delinsky. Left-hand side. Room to work here now to the top of the arc. It's Sinclair looking for a backdoor feed for Moratori. That one doesn't hit. Now a long shot for the money, and that one is off the target, so no harm, no foul in that instance. The Mavericks try to go for it, unsuccessful, and they leave this second period with a 7-4 lead, Dawson.
yeah, a little bit too early of a call there. I thought 2 seconds left. I don't think there's too much danger, but when they started it, I thought, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran out of room there. In the end, as the Mavericks couldn't get the rhythm they were looking for. No harm, no foul there. Still a 3-goal lead as we head into the second intermission. We for about 9 minutes here in the booth. And when we come back, it's time for the third period. You're, of course, watching the Mavericks YouTube channel.
Dog.
Back inside the Innisfail Twin Arena, where we're getting set for the third period in between the Red Deer Rampage and your Mavericks here on the Mavericks YouTube channel. It's Barrett Van Klooster alongside Dawson Naylor. Dawson, after 40 minutes play, the Mavericks are up 7-4.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a second period win. You tie the first period, you got to come out and start hungry. They didn't start too hungry, but then ended hungry and finished with a 3-goal lead.
Rampage took a 3-2 lead to start off that second period, but then it was all Mavericks who answered back in multiple succession. And they've got a big lead here to show for it. Let's see if they can round this one out and hold on to second place in the Central Division, coming off an 11-8 loss yesterday to the Rocky View Silvertips. They still chase the Silvertips in the Central Division standings. Mavericks own a 9-3-1 record. So we get set for the tip. It's going to be Everett Moratori digging in here for the Mavericks, and he, swatting away after it, is unable to find possession here. Eventually it's going to get swatted down. Still going after it here is Moratori, and now he will come away with it. How about this effort from Everett Moratori into the offensive zone?
Like I said, any position, he's the best guy for it.
Utility man gets it set up to Jace Victoria, much to the approval of the bench. Moratori down right-hand side, it's Sinclair. Back to Victoria. Victoria swim move, now fires, and that is denied by Isler. Isler keeps that one out. Red Deer gets restarted. This one's picked off here by Devin Gardner. Gardner gets in the way of that one. Now we'll set up the offense. Mavericks holding on to a 3-goal lead here over their arch rival, the Red Deer Rampage. Now stepping in, Dolinsky lets fly, and that one hits the post. Now, that bounce there for Dolinsky. He's got to chase this ball down in the corner, peels away from it, avoids contact as well. Now Dolinsky heads off for the change. Can't believe he just rang the iron that hard. What a chance that was. Now getting set up again. Here come the Mavericks into the offensive zone. Blair Bosworth, rather. Right-hand side. This is Victoria. He'll fire one over the top. That one's handled by Isler. That's now 35 in favor of the Mavs. Right-hand side. Carrying it down. Getting set up now. Brendan Johnson. Now a little bit of offensive opportunity for Doswell, who's been held in check for the most. Has had his goal, but not a lot of other looks offensively. Now down to the man. And a little bit of work here for Jordy Benko to push his man up against the wall, and the Rampage here by over half, and they will do successfully. Skitter Zimmer who gets it over. Now left-hand side, the Mavericks do get themselves established. Letting fly is Blair Bosworth. A snipe to the right-hand corner, and he scores.
From my angle, that was quite nasty. Straight off. Didn't miss a beat right to that top corner. And that's Bosworth getting his first of the night. Assisted by Zimmer. And I believe that was Bowman who dished it off.
Fantastic work there. Blair Bosworth finds the back of the net. That was a great shot, like you say, and we had the perfect angle for that one. That was a great shot. Mavericks take an 8-4 lead. Running away with this one now. They want to close things out here as we've got about 17:40 to go here in the third, so still plenty of runway on this ball game as Brendan Harnick picks up the ball. Harnick now makes the swim move. Low pass over the ground, skips one over. Offense keeps on going here with Dolinsky. Benko. Riley kicks it for Sinclair. How about that from Jace Dolinsky? What a goal!
Yeah, what he rang the iron and then gets back out next shift and makes a back. Good look by Sinclair. I thought it might have been a little late, but regardless, Dolinsky, he scores from any side of the floor.
That was a beautiful goal from Jace Dolinsky. An over-the-back highlight reel. Finds the back of the net, and I believe trick goal. No. One shy, but what an effort that was by Delinsky. How about Everett Moratori looking to answer that up as well? Moratori, let's fly. That's in the back of the net. And that stays out, rather. That was in the back of the net, I thought.
His third attempt on that move, and Eisner has been perfect on it, but that one did get by, but he stepped in the crease.
So steps in the crease, that's the violation. Meanwhile, the Mavericks find the ball quickly. They can't get the though in the offensive zone. Picked up here by Red Deer. Working their way in, Riley Doswell. Delayed call coming up against the Mavericks as well, so Red Deer is going to head to another power play here. They'll be their 7th opportunity of the game.
Hildebrand, the guilty party. He's quite the goon tonight. I'm just kidding. That's the first one. 2 minutes for slashing, I believe.
Ethan Hildebrand is guilty. Should keep an eye on as well for the Mountain View Mavericks as Hayden injured there in the second period at one without all his gear here. Here's box getting tended to, so we'll see if he rejoins the fray. A crucial offensive player, of course, is the Rampage you're looking for now as this power play continues on. Antonishin down in the corner. A little bit of room for Sola, who rings it off the post. Collected here quickly by the Rampage. Antonishin now at the top of the arc, left-hand side. Will dish off. Battle out front for it. Now a little bit of real estate for St. Germain. Finds Antonishin, who lets fly. No problem there for Alex Swan. Swan now, big outlet pass intended for Jordy Benko. Just couldn't reel that one in. Back the other way now. The Rampage looking to get set up in the offensive zone. Power play continues on for another minute and 5 seconds. Rampage now at the top of the arc. They get their power play unit established and now whipping the ball around. Antonishin as well.
And sorry, there we go. Doswell assisted by Antonishin. McRobbie.
So Doswell finds the back of the net. That is his second goal of the game. On there as well, as it makes it a 9-4 ball game. Back within reach now. 15:43 to go in the third. Mavericks have possession. Pardon me, this is the Rampage rather who've got it. St. Germain, left-hand side. Battle for it. Mavs looking to peel this one away. It's Sinclair all over it. Sinclair's going to draw a call here as well as Sola comes away. Carries it into the corner. Door feed looking to get things set up now. Red Deer. And with this delayed call, they'll rag the ball as long as they can, but only 1 second on the shot clock. They run out of time. The whistle sounds. The call is.
That's Sinclair for slashing. I didn't overly like that call. It looked like he was getting around onto the stick. Nonetheless, the guy was on the ground, so slash. 2 minutes.
Slashing is the call. And another power up here for the Rampage. Their 8th power play of the game. 15-11 to go in the third. Can they get a spark? Red Deer sure hope so as they get things established in the offensive zone. Now at the top, kick it to the left-hand side. Antonishin lets fly. That's denied by Swan. Rebound comes right back out. And another shot on is denied by Alex. There by Swan.
Turn off 48 Phantom Power.
Can you hear it?
I don't know if we can.
I can hear you.
Turn on 48 Phantom Power.
Some technical difficulties here this afternoon. We apologize for that, but a long shot from distance, a delayed call. Well, as the Mavericks are going to have an opportunity to get things tied up here.
2 minutes, too many. No.
Illegal substitution?
Something of the sort. I didn't see the call. I did see this motion, but I can't make out what that is.
Yeah, it seems like our be cutting in and out on us right now, so we apologize for that as we get things sorted out here, but hopefully you can hear what we have to say for the most part, I suppose, as Delinsky gets the offense set up. Opportunity here for Jace Victoria. Victoria holds on. with it. Victoria. Off, nice move here. Opportunity to set up for on the shot clock. Here is Gar. Shove it into the corner. As we get set up now in the offensive zone. Riley Doswell carries it in. Right hand side. Now we'll set up the offense now for power play. Doswell still ragging the ball here, but to no avail. Lets a long distance shot fly, but really a missed opportunity in the offensive zone there for Red Deer. Back the other way now. Yeah. Sorry. Some difficulties to get things sorted out. Out a mic situation here. Seem to be cutting in and out, but through it as much as we possibly can. Here come the Rampage now as they get things reestablished into the offensive zone. 37 seconds of opportunity remains. Down low, Antonishin looking to peel away now. Antonishin, right-hand side, the captain for Red Deer, logs. Throw it down low, that one ends up and out of play.
Still cutting out.
Jace Victoria now in possession for the Mavericks. Delinsky now. Delinsky lets fly, and Heisler gets the most of that one, but then Delinsky says possession should remain with the Mavericks, and it will. Now the Mavs, they stay with it in the offensive zone. Shot clock third of the Mavericks. Long distance shot on that gets a piece of the goaltender, so the Mavericks will be able to continue on with it here in the offensive zone. Braden Sinclair now will dish out to the right-hand side. Looks like this is Delinsky. Still no sign of Hayden Sutherland, mind you, who's not out since that injury. Now is Delinsky still with it. What an effort that was, and a great save by Heisler. What an effort once again from Jace Delinsky, who scored on an effort just like that earlier. Opportunity now for Red Deer. They can't quite get pushed. Action. Red Deer, they're onto the ball once more. Full strength here in Innisfail as well. Long distance shot. It was St. Germain rather trying his luck. That one was wide of the target. Picked up here by the Mavericks. Out it comes. A little bit of room to work with Jace Victoria. Victoria peels away from a check. Now will hand off. Pass out. Worth. Bosworth for Moratori. Moratori now swim all over the place as Moratori lets a low shot fly. And that did reset the shot clock, so Mavs are able to continue on. They want to see a new shot clock. They will see exactly that. That thing gets renewed, and they'll be able to get to work here. A little bit of work here for Vic. Let's fly, and that's another big save by Heisler. Colin Heisler has been the Rampage. Meanwhile, back the other way. On Red Deer looking for a spark. They let a shot fly. Graham, who Swan, but Swan up to the making a big save to keep a 9-5 advantage for Mountain View. Shot on.
Question to me.
Okay, I think we got ourselves Dawson Naylor today, and we've lost our board as well. It seems to be falling apart on us. See if we can get that back under control. And meanwhile, it's the Mavericks of this ball game as they let fly, and that is a save made by Alex Swan. Swan with a big save there. Mavericks getting themselves established here in the Room to work the perimeter here. Devin Gardner now with it. Swims around. Gardner still with it. Let's fly. And that's it. Hiesler makes back transition. It's Coden Scott. Scott now will skip one across the floor. Moves it forward. Keeps it ahead for Justin St. Germain. St. Germain is still with it now. Needs to get the offense started here. Down 9-5. 9-minute mark. Back out top. Shot let fly from Riley Doswell. That one away from him. Now picked up again. Here's Parker Sola back onto the attack. Red Deer staying with it here. This is McRobbie. McRobbie shot well wide of the target. Picked up again by Red Deer. McRobbie now finds it at the goal mouth. He can't on off. It's kept in by Red Deer, who will keep the offense. Riley Doswell kicks it to the left-hand side. Now back up top, St. Germain. Let's fly, and Swan save. Swan saves up, and coming up. Remaining here in the third period, the Mavericks are going to head to the power play. In the crease, slashing in the crease. There's going to be a call coming up for Red Deer. That's going to bring us to the media time. We are going to, I believe they call it a power cycle in the technical world. 1 minute. Welcome back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena, where we hope we have some of our technical broadcast difficulties sorted with. I believe Dawson can hear us right now, but unless you talk really loud, you won't be able to hear us. Unless you talk really loud.
Hello? Yeah, you can hear me.
We can faintly hear you. I'm still going to lean on you for some advice here as Delinsky gets it started. This is a power play for the Mavericks as well. Should be noted, this is their 5th power play of the game. This is Victoria in possession again. 8 minutes remaining here. Mavericks holding on to a 9-5 lead. Is letting fly from distance to Sutherland. Good to see him back out there. Was speculating that he could have been a little bit dinged up there in the second period. And I think that is a pretty solid speculation, saying that he has been banged up for the majority of this season already. Back out on the floor, it's the Rampage who have worked their way into the Mavericks' end. Looking to get established now. Digging their way out, and they've got it. The Mavericks with a great recovery. Ethan Hildebrand. Over half they come from Moratori. Joining the attack now is Sinclair. Jace Victoria out there as well. Behind the net is Delinsky. Jace Delinsky now for Sutherland. Sutherland feels the heat, dishes off. It's Victoria who lets fly, and coming across, there's Hiesler with a great save. Colin Hiesler has made a couple of great saves so far in this game, despite his team still being down 4 goals. How about that recovery from the Mavericks? They peel the ball away. They've got possession as well. Delinsky is going to be able to pick it up. Delinsky kickstarts the offense. This is Sutherland now with it. Dishes off to the right-hand side. Oh, very obvious call being made here from the benches. I think we could all hear that one. We all know what the injury might be for Hayden Sutherland as well. No question about that. The Rampage able to peel away possession, and they've got it now with Spencer Nygaard. Nygaard out of the corner. Power play about to come to an end here for the Mavericks. Has been pretty uneventful so far. Maybe one last gasp. Here comes Everett Moratori, able to find his man in Benko. Here they come, and he's denied. Pardon me, that was Ethan Hildebrandt who was stopped. Big check by Everett Moratori. That is going to draw a call, though, and now we've got some pushing and shoving. Might have more. Oh, a takedown as Moratori with his hands in the air gets wrapped up football style and taken down.
Yeah, I believe 15 there wasn't too happy that he got blew up by Moratori. He's getting ejected because Moratori made no effort to fight and he instigated it. So he'll get the gate, but Moratori gets 2 minutes for hitting while a guy was on the ground.
Coden Scott, he gets ejected from this ball game. Gives the door the what for on the way out as well. He's not happy with that call, but we'll have to live with it. And for Moratori, I can't see what he did wrong.
Just hitting a guy while he's on the ground.
Well,
some good music from the box, though.
Yeah, good, very good timekeeper. They know what they're doing down there, that's for sure. Very well rehearsed. Referees getting things figured out here along with Brendan Harnick as well. It's always very comical to pick up on some of the chitter chatter from our vantage point. Really something special to be located right above of the penalty box. Kind of the perfect spot for this. What's more unique about this game is just how friendly really everyone is off the field, off the floor, I should say. As right now, behind the scenes, there's a conversation between Justin St. Germain and Everett Moratori in the penalty box. Having a good conversation about what just happened down there. Very friendly, very jovial. Good to see these guys being as relaxed off the floor as they can be intense on the floor, I'd say. Now it's Sutherland who kicks it out to Victoria now in the right-hand corner. This is a power play here for the Mavericks. A major penalty on the board. Letting fly from distance is Baumung. Loose ball at the goal mouth is gathered up here by Red Deer. So for basically the duration of the rest of this game, it's going to be a power play here for the Mavericks. As we've got 5 minutes and 35 seconds on the score clock, 4:25 on this power play, so certainly for the majority of it, it is going to be an advantage for the Mavericks, who rag time here. Now imagine that is going to be the cue from the coaching staff for the rest of this ball game as well. Just try to take that clock down as much as you can while still establishing some offense, as does Victoria, who lets a shot fly. Kiesler has no problem with that. Now 4 minutes remaining on this power play and 5 in the game. Over the line. Big check here laid on Brendan Johnson.
Sinclair with the hit.
Sinclair got a good check on his man there, and Johnson is just now getting back to his feet. This is the kind of bad blood that we've come to expect between Red Deer and the Mavericks. Long shot from distance and now taking a bump. This time it's going to be Sutherland. You want to watch out now. Guy like Sutherland already banged up in a somewhat meaningless game, a 4-goal game. You want to watch out now as we get into garbage time. Good conversations down there, certainly.
Chitter chatter between boxes.
Yeah, and some good conversation being had, no doubt. It's hard to stay focused, I won't lie. Here in the offensive zone, it's Red Deer.
If you're below the age of 18, maybe turn it off unless you have...
It's a good thing we're on the internet today, that's for sure. There's Cale Opp in the offensive zone. Can't really get much of anything going offensively. In fact, got nothing going. Mavs ball. Red Deer and the Mavericks. This has been a rivalry that's been brewing for the last, better part of a decade at least, I'd say, and just over the years has grown and grown and grown, and should be a great one coming up July 4th. How about an 8 o'clock tip-off? I believe that's a Friday night, as we'll have a great game here as the Rampage are back in town. That'll be our next broadcast as well. Looking forward to that one. And now the ball comes trickling all the way back towards Alex Swan, who gets that picked up. Mavericks will get things reestablished. Wind has been taken out of the sails here this game after that last pushing and shoving instance. We approach the 3-minute mark of this game. Still about 2 minutes of power play time here for the Mavericks as they work the perimeter here with Sinclair. Sinclair to the outside now. Mavericks still working the perimeter. Now an opportunity to get Sun up. This is Balmong who spins a shot on but just ran out of time on that one. Getting set up now. The Rampage want to work their way out. Another big hit laid, this time by Jace Victoria. Away is Jace Dolinsky, who's denied on the breakaway. Victoria rocks his man, and Dolinsky's denied on the breakaway chance. Now more melding between the two sides. And we've got two players tied up. Benko couldn't find the ball. Here's Lodemeyer. He's not afraid of physical contact. Here comes Riley Lodemeyer. Gets it kicked back in the offensive hands of Jordy Benko. And now it's with Jace Dolinsky.
We all mentioned who was saying those.
Now, we sincerely apologize if anyone has picked up any foul language over the course of this broadcast. This has been one of the more heated games I can remember. And how about Devin Gardner? What an absolute snipe from a good 40 feet out.
From distance.
Devin Gardner lets a long distance shot fly, and he rings the back of the net. That was a beautiful lacrosse goal.
That's Stephen Curry range, as they tell me.
That was Steph Curry range, that's for sure. From downtown, Gardner finds the back of the net. That's a big one for number 77. 2:09 remains in this ball game. The winner has been all but determined. A 10-5 lead here for the Mavericks. We'll see what they finish up with. Opportunity here. The Mavs pick it up once more off the faceoff. Now less than 2 to go. Interesting to see that there's the secondary group coming over the boards now, Dawson, as a lot of the big guns are going to wait things out. And just as I say that, over comes the leading scorer in Jace Victoria. This is Jace Dolinsky who puts his shot on. He's denied. Picked up by Red Deer here with $1:40 remaining. They're over the line with Wyatt Avery. Avery trying to find a way out of this one, but pinned up against the wall. Now it's dug out here. Picked up by the Mavericks. They're away. Slowing things down now. A little bit of room to work. It's Kai Klass. He's got a goal early in this one. As we approach the 1 minute mark, Everett Moratori. Even strength now, full strength as well. So we'll see if we finish full strength with 1 minute to go. From the right-hand side, a shot on, and I believe that one struck some iron. Devin Gardner again, finding some precision. Trevor Gooder-Zimmer joins the fray as well. He's got the ball. Zimmer into the corner. A lot of folks rooting for him, no doubt about that. Now it pops out. Red Deer's going to have it. Kale off over the line. Dishes out. St. Germain looking to get one last offensive opportunity started here for Red Deer in a 10-5 ball game. Fighting for consolation at this point. Here they come. St. Germain looking to feather it towards his man in Bosworth. That one gets away from him. Now Bosworth eventually finds it out of the corner. Let's fly. Sharp angle shot is denied. Meanwhile, we've had a goaltender change, yes. Alex Swan is out of this one, and into the goal is Brady Evanson.
It's a tall guy to miss right there.
Yeah, you can't say I picked up on that goaltender change. Can't say it'll matter all too much either, as this ball game is about to come to an end. The Mountain View Mavericks, they come away with a big 10-5 victory over the Red Deer Rampage. A big rivalry victory, an arch rivalry victory, I should say at that, and one that, well, I think is going to leave a little bit of a bad taste in the Red Deer mouth after this one. Always good to pick up a big win over a big rival. And Dawson, I'm afraid, of course, with the lack of technology we have right now, we can't officially sign you out, but I want to thank you, of course, for your work in the first period and alongside with me here during this broadcast. And quickly, just at the top of your lungs, some players who stood out to you today.
Brady St. Clair with the second effort on both sides of the floor, as well as Kai Klass. He was part of the transition the whole game, and then on top of that, Everett Moratori, I don't know. I haven't seen a game where he hasn't played out spectacular or outstanding.
Yeah, Everett Moratori is a fun player to watch. There's no doubt about that. He was fun to watch today once again. 2 goals for Moratori, 2 for Delinsky. It was Devin Gardner finding the back of the net. Braden Sinclair had one as well. Jordan Benko, Kai Klass, your goal scorers. Not to mention Hayden Sutherland, who continues to pad on his stats after becoming the Mavericks' all-time leading points getter in their franchise's history. The two teams shaking hands now, led by Alex Swan, Brady Evanson as well. Evanson with some playing time in this game, at the end of which as well. Both goaltenders go in for the shake. Moratori does as well, and just a solid game overall. And there's no doubt that there will be some bad blood between these two sides. There's still some barking out there, still some looks being exchanged as well, but that is par for the course, I'd say here. These two Central Division opponents will see each other again as we wrap things up here from the Innisfil Twin Arena. Quickly want to thank some of our great sponsors who help make this all happen, of course, including Platinum Fitness, Red Source for Sports, Ing & McKee Insurance, Carey Flaws Real Estate, C&B Electric, your great sponsors, of course, of Mountain View Mavericks Lacrosse. We thank you very much for your support, along with Triple Point Chemical Incorporation, TNT Customs, Hydro Testers, Thomas Group, Pure Chem Services, TX2 Recycling, Marlick, Kin Canada, Kinsman Club of Innisfil as well. Thank you all to our fantastic sponsors here who help make it all happen. It's a 10-5 ball game here from the Innisfil Twin Arena. For myself, Baron Van Klooster, and Dawson Naylor. Dawson, you got to look at the camera. We bid you adieu. And don't forget, July 4th, it'll be a Friday night right here at the Innisfil Twin Arena. We're going to do it all over again. It'll be the Red Deer Rampage back in town for what should be another fantastic game. Dawson, thanks for your help. And for Baron Van Klooster, we'll see you on July 4th.